Hi guys, this is Willinor Arts and I'm Leslie. Today I'm going to show you how I made the Skeld map Cafeteria from Among Us. It's a mixed media piece made from polymer clay and laser cut wood. We are a total gamer family, so this was a fun piece to make and I can't wait to show you guys. Check it out. So I start by using my Silhouette Studio program. This program is super easy to use. I use it for designing all my graphics as well as SVGs I make for my laser cutter. I'm sizing everything according to how big I want to make the crewmates. I'm by no means any type of computer graphic person. I just have a lot of fun with it and do my best to figure out how things work. I'm using the Glowforge laser cutter to cut my wood pieces out. My Glowforge does not have a pass-through, so I'm only able to cut a certain size. So therefore I have to cut my bottom piece in half to make it work for the design I made. Here I am assembling the pieces I cut out, gluing them in place with some Tibond wood glue. I am painting the little squares in a darker greenish gray and then putting a lighter wash over the top. So right here I'm painting the background of those little windows I cut out, as well as the cafeteria folding, whatever they call it in a cafeteria, the fold down door there where the food is served. I chose to go with like a turquoise bluish grayish walls and then split with a cranberry reddish color walls. They're all a little different as far as if you research them. I'm going with these colors. Gluing the little backgrounds. I want some dimension, so I'm gluing the layers together and then adding it to my cafeteria base. Here comes the crewmate, checking out the progress, seeing how we're doing. Here we go, assembling some tables and benches, and then we're going to paint those the same bluish color as the walls. Time to add the emergency meeting table. And making that emergency button. Now we definitely need some vents. Alright guys, time to make some crewmates. Here we are, we got to condition that clay. My clay must have been sitting around a while because it was really hard and crumbly, but we made it work. I'm using Primo clay. Not sure how I feel about it. I use Sculpey normally. Not sure if it was because it was sitting around a while. It worked fine, but I had to condition it quite a bit before making it usable. Here we are. I'm taking this little shape cutter to get out his little leg area, slicing off the bottoms just to give it a place so it has it easy, so it can stand easily enough without falling over. Smoothing as I go. So I use my pasta maker to make a really flat piece of clay, and then I am cutting out a little bit of a lighter clay, giving it this curved shape. I like the two-toned or the shadow look of the crew characters, so I wanted to add these to my sculptures. So if you're making these yourself, you don't need to add this two-tone look. I just like how it looks. I like that they always look like they have like a highlight to them. This is not needed. They look just as cool without them, but just a personal preference. Here I am making the little backpack for the guy. Again, adding that little highlighted color to it, smoothing it around. I use mineral oil on mine. That's why my hands are wet, just because my clay was so tricky and it was crumbling on me. So mineral oil works for me. I am getting out my clay extruder. This is used for clay or fondant. It just makes easy little snakes and whatnot in equal size pieces. I'm using this to make the mask piece, or kind of what looks like almost like an eye of the crewmate, the mask. The mask has like a highlight on it, so I add white to the middle, then a lighter blue, and then a darker blue around. So when this is, then you make it like a snake, and then when this is done, you cut it into slices, and it gives the appearance of that mask with the little highlights it has on it. Alright, so I want my guys to have a little bit extra character to them, as you see with banana and egghead over there. It adds a little extra fun to the piece. Here I am making some rainbow designs. I'm going to save those for later. Smushing this rainbow out. I want to make either a tail or a hairpiece for one of my characters. Alright, this reminds me of Rainbow Dash from My Little Pony. Let's give him a unicorn horn as well. Let's just roll up some white polymer clay and twist it into a unicorn shape. What is that called, the unicorn horn? I'll have to look that up. All right, who is next? Okay, it's the yellow guy. Let's make him a little punk rocker with some of these pieces I cut from the rainbow. Give him some spiky hair, or these could be horns as well. Time to make the imposter. I'm making the guy with the tongue, alien guy with the tongue, per recommendation from my son. He said I need to make this. So here we go. We're starting with some cause clay. It's translucent clay. I'm going to make the teeth first. I want to get these baked because they're easier to work with once they're baked. I'm just cutting up little triangles, itty bitty triangles. To make the imposter, basically we're going to do the same thing. We're going to make him the same exact way, and then we're cutting him in half. Oh, so sad. To make his tongue, I'm going to twist up some wire for like an armature, so I can have a bendy tongue. And then we are going to wrap that wire in clay and roll it out in a snake, and then bend it in the desired position we want, and then use that same wire with a little toothpick to help us out and poke it right into the mouth of the imposter. The teeth have now been baked, so they're not going to mush on me while I add them to the guy. I'm also adding some bake adhesive as well, so when I bake them in the oven again, it will all stick together. And here are some cute baby crewmates my daughter asked me to make. And we can't have Among Us without a dead body. Oh no. Now it's time to add a little glaze to all my characters to give them a little shine. Adding a little highlights to the masks. And now it's time to assemble. Check it out, guys. Isn't it awesome? It was so much fun to make. So let me know in the comments if there's any other gamer dioramas that you would like me to make. Please subscribe. It really helps me out. Thanks, guys.